सर्वमंगल मांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते।
माता रानी का ध्यान धरिए, माता रानी का ध्यान धरिए। काम जब भी कोई करिए, माता रानी का ध्यान धरिए। काम जब भी कोई करिए। जय माता की, जय माता की, मिलके सब जन बोलो बोलो। जय माता की, जय माता की, मिलके सब जन बोलो। जय माता की, जय माता की, मिलके सब जन बोलो बोलो। जय माता की, जय माता की, मिलके सब जन बोलो। माता रानी का ध्यान धरिए, काम जब भी कोई करिए। मुश्किल हो पल में टलेगी, हर जगह पे सफलता मिलेगी। कोई मुश्किल हो पल में टलेगी, हर जगह पे सफलता मिलेगी। हर जगह पे सफलता मिलेगी। सच्चे दिल से प्रणाम करिए, सच्चे दिल से प्रणाम करिए। काम जब भी कोई करिए। जय माता की, जय माता की, मिलके सब जन बोलो बोलो। जय माता की, जय माता की, मिलके सब जन बोलो। जय माता की, जय माता की, मिलके सब जन बोलो बोलो। जय माता की, जय माता की, मिलके सब जन बोलो। माता रानी का ध्यान धरिए, माता रानी का ध्यान धरिए। काम जब भी कोई करिए। इसी रूप से है जग में उजाला। रूप इनका जग में निराला, इसी रूप से है जग में उजाला। इसी रूप से है जग में उजाला। नाम इनका सदा सुमरिए, नाम इनका सदा सुनिए। काम जब भी कोई करिए। जय माता की, जय माता की, मिलके सब जन बोलो बोलो। जय माता की, जय माता की, मिलके सब जन बोलो। जय माता की, जय माता की, मिलके सब जन बोलो बोलो। जय माता की, जय माता की, मिलके सब जन बोलो। माता रानी का ध्यान धरिए, माता रानी का ध्यान धरिए। काम जब भी कोई करिए। देवी माँ की करो दिल से भक्ति, भक्ति देते हैं जीने की शक्ति। सदा सदा धरिए। काम जब भी कोई जय माता की मिलके सब जन बोलो बोलो जय माता की मिलके सब जन बोलो जय माता की मिलके सब जन बोलो बोलो जय माता की मिलके सब जन बोलो। रानी का ध्यान धरिए काम जब भी कोई करिए। रानी का ध्यान धरिए काम जब भी कोई करिए। काम जब भी कोई करिए। काम जब भी कोई करिए। ओम श्री राम कृष्ण भगवान की जय। पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। श्री अम्बे मात की जय। ओम श्री महाकाली महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती श्री दुर्गा मात की जय।
देवी प्रपन्नार्ति हरे प्रसीद प्रसीद मातर जगतखिलस्य प्रसीद विश्वेश्वरि पाहि विश्वं त्वमीश्वरी देवी चराचरस्य। O Devi, you who remove the sufferings of your suppliants, be gracious, be propitious, O Mother of the whole world. Be gracious, O Mother of the universe, protect the universe. You are, O Devi, O Mother, you are the ruler of all that is moving and unmoving. Om Namo Narayanaya, dear devotees. It's a matter of great pleasure to be present and get connected with you all on the occasion of this Navaratri. We have been having this program since 7th of October and it will continue up to the 15th, and every day we will have different scholarly Swamijis giving discourses on the different aspects of Durga Puja. And last 2 days we have completed. Today we have got in us Revered Swami Yogatmanandaji Maharaj. He will speak on Shakti Tattwa. This Yogatmanandaji Maharaj, I am very grateful to him. Revered Maharaj instantly accepted our request to deliver this discourse. He is the head of our Providence Center. Formerly he was very near where I was there in Cherrapunji. He was head of our Shillong Center also. So I am very grateful to Maharaj, and I know devotees will like this scholarly discourse to be given by Revered Maharaj. And on this very auspicious day, we all pray to the Divine Mother so that Mother bless us all with devotion and knowledge. And I will not take any more time. I request Revered Swami Yogatmanandaji Maharaj, head of our Providence Center, to deliver his discourse on Shakti Tattva. Om Jananim Saradang Deving Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Pada Padme Tayashritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu.
यथाग्नेर्दाहिका शक्ति रामकृष्णे स्थिता हिया सर्वविद्यास्वरूपां तां शारदां प्रणमाम्यहम्। My dear friend Swami Sumanasanandaji requested me to record and send one short talk on some principle connected with Durga Puja or Kali Puja. So I chose the topic for this as Shakti Tattwa, the principle of Shakti, the power in the universe. This idea comes when we see this universe, and also as the sages describe that it is actually all one without second reality. It is all Brahman, Satchidananda, undifferentiated. There is no variegation in it at all. In fact, we see that the scriptures like Kathopanishad describes that those who see differentiation here, they go from death to death. Means they are ignorant, they are not aware that although the appearance seems to be variegated, in truth it actually is just one without second. Now the question comes here that one without second, okay, agreed. But what makes for the appearance where there is an infinite variety which keeps on shifting and changing all the time? The forms keep on changing. There is the flow that we call time. What is all this? How the one appears as many? Now, obviously, this question gets asked in various different forms, and there cannot be any logical answer to it, because as Swami Vivekananda mentions in Jnana Yoga, that there is no logical question also possible about this, because why, how, when, who, all these questions, they assume multiplicity. Where there are three minimum, then the logical connections are possible. But in one without second, there is no possibility of any logic, friends. And therefore, the question just keeps on coming again and again as to what makes for this differentiation if there is the one without second, all pervading Satchidananda Brahma everywhere. Then what makes for differentiation? And the answer given by sages is it is Shakti. It is indescribable, unthinkable power of that very divine principle which makes this one appear as many without any change. One getting broken into many, we understand, that something acts on it, and so although it was one, it breaks into many. There is a change there. And that kind of one to many we understand. But where there is no change at all, the changeless Brahman, without any change, it appears as this universe. And the explanation of that is given as Shakti, which is inseparable from Brahman. And that Shakti, like Brahman Shakti, which is just identical or identified with Brahman, in words of Sri Ramakrishna, and that is the statement that I made right in the beginning in that verse, Yathagner Dahika Shakti, while saluting Holy Mother, that just as the fire and its burning power cannot be separated, exactly like that, Brahman and Shakti can never be separated from each other. So that very power is also the way of understanding that that is what is the Brahman appearing in various forms. This word appears in Shvetashvatar Upanishad very forcefully, right in the beginning, as there were the discussions, investigations by the seekers of the truth about this nature of the world, how all these things come up, and many causes were discussed and discarded. And then the discussion would not yield the result. So the investigation has to go to another plane, the plane of dwelling deep into meditation. Te dhyana yoganugata apashyan devatma shaktim swagunair nigudham. So, all the differentiation, how did the sages, they discovered the secret of it? Not by ratiocinations, not by cogitating, not by a lot of discussions, but by going deep into meditation, dhyana yoga. By going deep into meditation, they realized, they experienced this truth, Devatma Shaktim Swagunair Nigudham, that it is the power of that one without second reality, Deva or God, its power. And that power, how it is? That by its own gunas, the modes of manifestation, by its own gunas, it is covered. So, and thus hidden inside them. It is hidden. It is not something that you can point out to, that this is this Shakti. But on the other hand, if you see, whatever you point at is an exemplification of this Shakti manifesting, this power manifesting, as the Chandi Durga Saptashati says that it is Yaccha kinchit kvachit vastu sadsadva khilatmike, that tasya sarvasya ya Shakti. Whatever thing you see, sadasadva khilatmike, whether real or appearance, and minutest to the biggest, in everything, that the power of that appearance or manifestation is this principle of Shakti, Sarvasya ya Shakti. Wherever you see the manifestation of power, coming out is a power. The motion is power. Everything is done through this Shakti Tattva in everything that is involved to hold it together as well as to break it apart. And both is this Shakti. So this is thus to be felt, held on to, that this is the Shakti in everything. And that Shakti needs to be propitiated, needs to be worshipped. Otherwise, there is no progress in spiritual life. It is very important that this is to be invoked. We know and chant every day that hymn on Sri Ramakrishna by Swamiji. Om Hrim Ritam Tvamachalo Gunajet Gunedhyah. That it is Om. Om is the all-pervading, indescribable Brahman. Its symbol or name is Om. As it is told in Bhagavad Gita and Upanishads that Tasya Vachakah Pranavaha. Om is the name or indication of that one reality. Om. Yes, but then while being one, it appears as many too. Are one and many different? Does the Brahman undergo any change while getting converted into many? No. So that very Sri Ramakrishna, this is hymn on Sri Ramakrishna, is Om, but also Reem. It is the Shakti, the power. Reem is the seed mantra for Shakti, Bija mantra as said in Sanskrit, for Shakti Tattva. That one making multiple changing appearances. What causes the change and what causes multiplicity? Well, we cannot logically explain that, but we therefore give it a name. We give a name to it, Reem. That power by which, although one, it appears as many. So, Om Reem, that whatever you see is Brahman, appearing in all these forms without changing its oneness. So therefore the idea is that Sri Ramakrishna is Satchidananda, indescribable Brahman, but is also manifested as this universe of variety, infinitely variegated in that whatever we see. So this is the idea of Shakti, Om, Reem. And then Ritam means now as it becomes many, as there is, you see subject and object, there is the I who sees, I which acts, and then the things on which the I acts. All this is now the world of relativity. Now this is the world of law. Om, Ring, they are beyond law. But Ritam, the relative truth, what is it? It is different from person to person. Like I am in Providence right now, and the time here is what at the moment 10:55 p.m. The time for you would be different. It is not so late at night at your place at the moment. So it is a relative truth. Means if somebody asks me what is the time, I will say 10:55 p.m. If they ask you, you would tell the time at your place. So that is relative truth. It is the relative truth is to be respected. The relative good, relative not good, the actions will have their results. So all this is rhythm, and so this is all the Om Reem rhythm, the play of Shakti is seen here. Swami Vivekananda, when he read some samples of this book of Akshay Kumar Sen, a very celebrated book, Sri Ramakrishna Punthi, he conveyed his appreciation, but also wrote to one of his brother disciples, one defect in it is that there is no invocation to Shakti in the beginning. It is, he also told that the cause of the degradation of India is that we have neglected Shakti, the living embodiments of Shakti, the women. So therefore, the Shakti has to be awakened. So awakening of the Shakti is the path to progress. Whether you call it Abhyuday or Nishreyas, means the path of our enrichment in the world, the progress in the right direction, that is Abhyuday. And then there is Nishreyas, the ultimate God realization, the ultimate good for us, Nishreyas. Both these depend on the propitiation and worship of Shakti. And this is the idea that we have to see, that in everything there is this expression of Shakti. Without Shakti, nothing can happen. So, when we are worshipping Shakti, that is again, we have to feel that the example of Holy Mother, that is, they say, see such a simple village woman, but she is the embodiment of Shakti. Swami Vivekananda saw it like that. Sri Ramakrishna described it at places that she is the Shakti. So, that is an expression where from we can see what Shakti is, and thus guide our lives according to that advice. Shakti is the very deep principle, as I mentioned, that one gets to it as the sages got to it through deep meditation. Te dhyana yoga anugata apashyan. Thus they realize this principle hidden, and that is, although hidden, it is the cause of all manifestation. It is hidden like the electricity that goes through the wires, and we don't see the electricity, But when it goes into the, say, the proper light fixtures, light bulbs, etc., then those start shining. We see the light there. But what causes it? That cause remains unseen, but it is there. So it is nigudham, not easily perceivable, but its effect can be seen. Shankaracharya mentions in Vivek Chudamani that you can never describe it as existing or non-existing, real or unreal, or a combination of both. You cannot at all specify it. Sannapya sannapi ubhayatmika no. Bhinnapya bhinnapi ubhayatmika no. See Shankaracharya's words, what a great significance, and how beautifully, in a very sublime manner, he has expressed something that is so difficult to express, that it is neither separate from anything, not non-separate from anything. It is neither real that you can show, but also not unreal. So it is very deeply hidden principle, and so it is a matter of sadhana to keep on feeling it in everything that we see, that it is Shakti there. It is the manifestation that is happening through Shakti, and then respect it. That is the meaning of worship. Respect it, honor it, and try to serve it as much as and according to our capability, serve it. So that is the idea that I have. In a short time, I spoke about it. So my thanks to Yogatmanandaji for giving me this opportunity to offer my Pushpanjali through these words at Divine Mother Durga's holy feet. Thank you very much.
Mata हनुमान की